at the moment in our country, in our nation, we should be looking at a way to solve a pertinent problem, and which is the pertinent problem at this time is the low purchasing power of people as a result of free fall of naira and inflation, especially property of GMH that people like so much, and is pushing it beyond what they can afford. So we are saying that instead of them missing out, their ability to be able to own a part, to be a part of a big thing. So you don't need the 90 million, the 135 million, the 150 million to own a piece of property, even in highbrow area like Lekki.
This makes a lot of sense. I'm starting to understand. So then how does it really work?
So basically the way it works is this: since they are rental properties, so you will notice that it is tailored towards a particular property. It's tailored towards our GCC 5, our government connected 5, which is an hotel, typically a purposely built hotel apartment, 1-bedroom hotel apartment, and our 2-bedroom apartment, which is strictly going to be a shortlet. They are shortlet apartment. So 2, 3, 4, 5 people, even 10 people can come together to own a unit, and your equity contribution will determine what you get at the end of the day. And another interesting thing for you to note is the fact that there is a rental guarantee behind this, telling you that whether we finish the project or not, at a particular time, you will start earning.
Interesting.
You will start earning income from this your property. So there is a rental guarantee behind both the 1-bedroom and the 2-bedroom. So just imagine you buying a piece of Lekki with as low as 9 million, and you can earn a rental guarantee of 900,000 or more.
You mean Lekki Phase 1?
Freedom Way.
Interesting.
Freedom Way.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Thank you.
So it's actually a product that is tailored towards solving a need, basically.
Okay.
And it's going to be for a very short time.
Okay.
For a very short time.
So you mean that this opportunity is not there forever?
No. Christmas is not in every month, so see it as our December sales.
December sales.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay, thank you. But what are the other benefits that are involved in being a part of this fractional ownership?
The first thing first is the entry level. So the entry level is low compared to, imagine you have to do a 30% deposit of a 150 million naira property. And now compared to doing a 30% deposit on a 9 million, which is a fractional ownership of the same property. So another thing is the fact that it lowers your risk and it brings about diversification, whereby you can do multiple fractional ownership, not putting your whole egg in one basket. And also what that affords you is the fact that you don't have to buy and still be worrying about how to earn income from your property. And that is why you see a lot of empty properties here and there that people have invested into, and they are not really making income from that property. So in this particular one, in this particular product we're talking about, you are going to start earning even as close as Q3 2025 from the property. So you don't have to worry about tenant, you don't have to worry about maintenance, you don't have to worry about asset replacement, because this we are putting together to take care of all of that for you. And the money coming to you is the net of all of these charges.
So when you're speaking about fractional ownership, do I own this property through and through? I mean, is there a legal documentation that backs my ownership
Yes,
to the portion that you have allotted
yes,
to me?
Of course, yes. So what we'll be issuing to people is their deed of assignment, a contract of sale, and as well as a rental guarantee agreement.
Interesting.
So this deed of assignment will clearly state.
So you are guaranteeing the rental income.
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. Whether we finish the project or not, at a particular period that is stipulated in the rental agreement, you will start earning your income.
And you give me an agreement, which means I can take you to court if you don't give me my money.
Yes, it's enforceable.
Wow.
It's enforceable. Because the rental agreement will actually be stamped in the federal court in Lagos. So it's enforceable. It's enforceable.
Interesting. And my portion is registered?
Yes, your portion is registered.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
So for instance now, let's say you are able to do 10% of this, is 10% equity you are bringing into this fractional ownership. And the total size of the apartment is about 100 square meters. That means you literally own 10 square meters out of the apartment, and that can be registered.
But I want to get the calculation. So what's the minimum entry point? How much do I need to bring in to own a share? A fraction
of a unit. So the minimum for the 2-bedroom is 9 million, and for the 1-bedroom is 7 million.
Then how many fractions make up, an apartment?
So a 10.
10
So
fractions.
the 9 million actually represents 1/10 of an apartment.
Sure. So I can buy 5 fractions.
Yes,
I can buy 6
so the
fractions.
minimum you can buy is actually 1/10 of the unit. That's the minimum.
Interesting. I think this really clears my doubts as to fractional ownership. I'm pleased. I'm happy. Thank you so much for this explanation and clarity.
You're most welcome. So
Thank you.
Another thing I equally want you to know is the fact that you buy a house today, you give it out to a tenant. The tenant move out in 2 years. You have to come back to renovate and to spend part of the money the tenant has given you, even when you have a caution deposit in your hand. But in this case, you are not doing all of that. So we are taking all of those problems off you, whereby we are going to give it to a reputable company to actually manage this investment for the owners. So whether you come in year 1 or you come in year 10, the property is still looking stunningly new because of the management structure around the maintenance and the continuous upgrade of the property. And you know, the exciting thing about this investment is the fact that today the minimum fractional ownership investment is 9 million. I can bet you in another 15 months, the same 9 million will worth about 12 million. Yes. So at that point, you can actually exit.
Can you sell for me when I'm ready to exit?
Yes, of course. Because the Nigerian market response is very simple. They see to believe, they don't believe to see. So you're actually buying into an investment whereby there is a property acquisition even before the completion of the project. So 15 months down the line, this same fraction you are buying for 9 million or 7 million will be between 100 million and 120 million. So at that point, you can even say, you know what, my 7 million investment, liquidate, I want to move my 10 million to another thing. It's very doable, very possible. Very possible.
Something popped up in my mind while you were speaking about that. What if of your 10 fractions that makes up a unit of apartment, what if you sell just 6 or 7 fractions? So what happens to the interest of people who bought that?
Will hold the remaining fraction. Yes, absolutely.
So my interest is always protected. Is that what you said?
100%.
Quite convinced. Thank you. You make a lot of sense. It's clearer with you.
And the truth of the matter is just that what we are actually offering is actually the minimum guarantee. What GMH is trying to do is the fact that we want to do this in a very, very transparent manner. And that is why we are not the management company. We are going to be appointing a management company to actually run to ensure that the guarantee investment is actually the minimum people are getting. You can even earn more.
Interesting. So you're telling me that we can earn more than the stipulated rental income. So you can really go above.
Yes, but you can go below.
Interesting.
That's what the guarantee is about.
That's a very fantastic offer. Thank you so much for this initiative and this offering. Thank you so much.
You are most welcome. Now that you're excited about this, hope I'm going to be seeing your offer very soon.
Definitely. Okay.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much,
You
Sam.
look so handsome as ever.